Hello there, I'm Levi Chimeze, and this is AcademyDex. AcademyDex is my project for the Open Campus Semester 1 hackathon. So, on the AcademyDex platform, users can easily swap native EDU to any token of um, without the need to wrap their EDU native token. So the swap just goes on straightforward. Then one thing you'll notice is that once a user does a swap for the first time, a referral link is created for them that they can share with their family and friends. So for this user that has swapped, let's use the referral link to refer some another account. So now for this user to be registered as a referral of the other one, they'll have to do a swap. So once this user does a swap, the referral link is created for them, and this other user sees them as their referees. Then to demonstrate that this actually works, let's look at the balance of this user currently. Now, when this user does a swap, okay, let's buy more ADEX with a native token. So once this is done, so once the swap is completed, you will notice that the balance of this user increased because they receive a portion of the referral fee of the transaction of the swap fee from their referee. Now, talking about fee, AcademyDex is built with dynamic fees in it. So you'll notice that as the user types the amount of token they want to swap and maybe set their slippage and all, you see that the fee updates automatically. Now, these fees are dependent on the token being swapped and the trade history of that token. So everything is recorded on chain directly. Now, on AcademyDex, users can add liquidity to any pair that they wish. So let's add liquidity for this user using the ADEX token. So any pair that's listed on the token, liquidity for it can be added. Okay. Now, once liquidity is added, their liquidity value is going to be displayed on this part of the platform. Then, with that, after liquidity is added, a user can also lock their liquidity to get a governance token. This governance token can allow them to participate in governance on the platform, like listing new pairs or voting on listings of new pairs on the platform. And also staking. Participating in governance also gives users rewards. Now, for this user now, to demonstrate the listing of new pairs on the platform, for a user to permissionlessly deploy a new pair on the platform, they would have to have liquidity first in ADEX of at least 1,000 ADEX or more. So let's add liquidity for this user with 1,000 ADEX. ADEX is the native token of the platform, and it has an interesting token economics whereby the emission schedule is depleted every epoch. An epoch is 24 hours, starts from about 2000 and keeps going down. The maximum supply of ADEX is 21 million. So this user has added a liquidity for the ADEX pair with 1000 ADEX. Now they can go and create a proposal to list their special token. So for them to do that, they'll add an amount for the initial liquidity for the pair and the address of the token that they want to use. So let's use a dummy token to do this for this user. Okay. The error is that the user doesn't have enough balance for this trade token, so let's reduce the amount. Now, with this transaction, a lot of signing activity is going to happen, whereby the platform will allow for access for certain tokens. The ADEX LP token is the liquidity token of the platform. Then they'll pay a fee of a deposit, a listing fee of 20 ADEX, which is going to be a reward given to the governor, those participating in governance. Then this is the LP token, the pair token that they're adding. So this is going to be the initial amount that is going to be used for liquidity when the pair is listed, if the pair is listed. Now, this is the final part to sign the transaction and send. So once that is done, users can start voting on the proposal, on the listing proposal. Now, for a user to vote, you can either accept the proposal or reject the proposal. For them to vote, they must have governance token that is locked for at least 360 epochs. So this user can vote on this proposal, and let this user accept it. So once this user accepts the proposal, the statistics of the proposal is going to be displayed. First, we see that voting lasts for 3 epochs, and since this is the only user that is participating in governance on the platform currently, all the governance power has been given to this vote, and the number of ratios of votes are 100% accepted. Then let's create another scenario where this user enters governance, but they vote on rejecting the proposal. So to enter governance again, the user has to supply liquidity. Then there's another rule to the entering of governance. All LP tokens can be used for governance token, but for any other token to be used as governance token, they must be used with another ADEX token for that case. Then also governance tokens must be locked for at least 360 epochs. So let this user stake and get their governance token. Okay, the governance token is registered, and if you notice too, the vote acceptance also reduced because a new set of users have joined governance. Now, for a voting process to be accepted, it must have at least 86% of total voters. Then, of those that voted yes, also must be at least 86% of the total votes. So, if we use our vote power now to reject these votes. That everything is updated. Now, at this state, that this voting process is, this proposal is not going to pass because it is below 86% acceptance. So for this to pass, let's just create a scenario and get more LP tokens that will vote yes for this proposal. Get more governance tokens that will vote yes for this proposal. So we'll stake our LP token for governance. Right. Now let's use this to add more acceptance proposal. Okay, now the vote is up to 86%, so this is going to pass. Now, to accelerate time, let me move time forward. Let me increase time so that the voting period will have elapsed. So really nice software with this. Now time has elapsed and the vote has been registered and on. So the different users now can perform different actions based on their participation on the votes. So for this user that created the listing, they can continue the listing process. While these other users can record their votes. Recording the votes means getting back their governance token that they used to participate in governance, so that they can continue using the token for other things like claiming their reward and other activities on the platform, or voting on any other proposal. So for this user, they will proceed with the listing process, which the contract will check if the proposal passed and all the rest of it. So since the proposal passed, the next step for this user will be to set up the amount of ADEX that they want to raise for their launch pair. So let's use a total value of 1, then set the dates that we wish the campaign to last for. So once they click on start, this will now inform other users to start contributing to the campaign. So users can fund up to and more than the amount of the funding goal. So for this user, let's supply about 24, which is even more than what's needed. And then for this user, let's supply a so amount. So as funding continues, the progress and it's displayed on the dashboard here. Since funding is enough but time has not elapsed, let's also increase time again so that the deadline for the campaign will be over. So once that is done, the next thing for the different participants in the platform will also take different actions. So for this user, since the campaign succeeded and all, what these other participants will do is to get their LP token. That's the token for the new pair. That's the LP token for the new pair that's created. But first, the owner of the campaign will have to go through the process of listing the new pair on the platform, so that LP tokens will start being generated for each participant on the platform. So this now, with this, the new pair has been created, which is this is the name of the new pair that has been created. Now, users can now start getting the LP tokens for this pair that's created. Okay, with that, we see that the LP token for this that they participated for has been created, has been given to them. Now, for this user, they can now complete, since they are the one that created this listing, can now complete by recalling their votes to get their G tokens and other tokens. So that's how the platform works for now. There's still more improvements and other things to be done on it, and more explanation like removing liquidity and other things. So thank you for your time.